Okay. Good afternoon, student. Again, next concept is chemical equation. Chemical equation. Now we are going to deal with what do you mean by the chemical equation and why we need to balance chemical equation. Again, after the balancing, we are going to modernizing that chemical equation. Okay. So, as you know, there will be chemical change. There will be chemical change. You know what do you mean by the chemical change? There should be formation of new substance. It should be irreversible. General I am saying irreversible. There should be formation of new substance. Okay. And how we are going to identify chemical change means by changing the temperature, by seeing absorption, by the observing the change in the temperature, evolution of gas and formation of insoluble substance. These are some conditions, some what you call observation we can make during the chemical reaction, chemical change. That chemical change we are going to call as chemical reaction. To represent that chemical reaction, suppose I did experiment in the laboratory. If I want to explain, if I want to give the descriptions about that reaction, that chemical experiment, I need to write one page or 2 or 3 pages also. What I took, how I did experiment, these are all things. To make that thing in very short form, what we call as abbreviation. Suppose we have a name of the bank called as Reserve Bank of India. We are making that as a short form, that is we are calling as RBI. Reserve Bank of India, we are calling as RBI. Why we are using that word instead of full name? To save time, space and energy. To save time, space and energy. Similarly, in chemistry also, to explain about chemical change, what we are going to call chemical reaction, to make it into short form, instead of all process, we are going to represent that in terms of word and symbols and formula. Chemical change expressing in terms of symbols and formula in a shorter form, that we are going to call as chemical equation. Suppose chemical change, if I am going to use to represent in terms of words, say as suppose activity burning of magnesium is going to, magnesium ribbon is going to take place in the laboratory. Then I want to express in terms of words, magnesium burning means what? Addition of oxygen. Both are going to undergoing the chemical change and both are going to form magnesium oxide. Instead of explaining all the process, I express that reaction in terms of word. Magnesium word and oxygen word, both are reacted and they form magnesium oxide. If I want to express in terms of word, then this equation we are going to term as word equation. Chemical change expressed in terms of words, then it is termed as word equation. If I am going to express this whole phenomena, whole process, then it is called as chemical equation. Instead of word magnesium, I will take Mg. It is a symbol of magnesium is reacted with oxygen. O2 formula of oxygen, both are reacted and they form magnesium oxide. This one we are going to call as chemical equation. Okay, we are going to call for this one. Okay, again this chemical equation, within this chemical equation we are going to classify 1 and 2. First one we are going to call unbalanced equation, unbalanced chemical equation. One more is balanced chemical equation. This is unbalanced is also called as skeletal skeletal chemical equation. Okay. Now how we are going to identify unbalanced chemical equation? Here how many magnesiums are there? How many magnesium are there? There is only one magnesium. As you know, whatever left side are there, we are going to term as reactant. Reactants means nothing but substance which undergoing a change, and after the chemical change new substance is going to form. This new substance we are going to call as what? Product. New substance is termed as product which undergoing change, which undergoes change in a chemical equation. We are going to call for them as a reactant. After the reaction, after the chemical change, we are going to get a new substance. For them we are going to call a product. If more than one means products we are going to call. I hope so you got clarity about reactant and product. Okay. And suppose more than one reactants are there, in between those reactant we have to write plus. After that we should write arrow mark which indicate the direction of reaction, where actually chemical change is going to occur. It should be always towards the product. Okay, this is about the chemical equation. How to write the chemical equation. Now come to the topic, that is what do you mean by the unbalanced and balanced? Unbalanced and balanced. Okay, this is reactant left side, right side whatever is there it is called as product. Now suppose, remember in the universe or in chemical change, suppose we taken the mass of magnesium as 24 grams, and this one if we taken as 32 grams, 24 grams plus 32 grams is equal to how many grams we should get? We should get 56 grams. Yes or not? In a reaction in the container we are taking 24 grams of magnesium, we are taking 24 grams of magnesium and we are burning in the 32 grams of oxygen. Then finally total in terms of grams you should get 56 grams. You should get a 56 grams. That is the right thing. Why? Because the mass of the substance in a chemical reaction, as per the last class, 9th class, we have concept called as law of conservation of mass. The mass of an element in a chemical reaction remains constant. The mass of an element or atom in a chemical reaction is neither be created nor be destroyed, it remains constant. We are not going to destroy any mass here and we are not going to create also. It should be remains constant. But if you take a reactant here, you should get 56 grams you will get. Suppose if you are going to calculate here 1 magnesium 24, 2 oxygen, 2 into 1 oxygen is equal to 16 grams is equal to 32. Total how many you should get? You should get a 56 grams. But if you calculate it here, 1 magnesium is there, the mass of 1 magnesium is 24 grams. If you take on 1 oxygen, mass is 16 grams is equal to 40 grams we are going to get. So in the reactant side we have 56 grams, but in the product side we have only 40 grams. It is not correct. Why? Because it is not obeying the law of conservation of mass. Suppose number of atoms in a chemical equation, I am saying number of atoms at the reactant side is not equal to the number of atoms in the product side, then it is called as unbalanced equation. Number of atoms at the reactant side should be equal to the number of atoms at the product, then it is called balanced. Now the number of oxygen here 2 is there, here how many are there? Only 1. That is why number of oxygen is not balanced here. That is why we have to balance chemical equation. Why we have to balance means to obey the law of conservation of mass. So why we need to balance chemical equation means to obey the law of conservation of mass. Now we will see how to balance chemical equation. Okay. how to balance chemical equation. So first thing, in your textbook they given Fe2O3 plus H2 gives rise to okay, sorry, iron plus H2O, water gives rise to Fe2O3 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, first step 1 is we should keep a box upon the all reactants and product also. Why we have to keep a box? Remember, the important of keeping a box here, you should not change any terms whatever present in the box. Why? Because Fe2O3 exists as Fe2O3 only, it does not exist as Fe2O4, it does not exist. That's why we are not going to change any subscript here. This is a condition, and we are going to balance the chemical equation by changing the just coefficient place. We are going to keeping some numbers. First thing, we have to keep a box. Okay, place box upon all reactant and product. Second step, identify biggest formula. Which is the biggest formula? Means in which reactant or it may be product, which which substance contain more number of atoms. Here 5 are there. This is the biggest formula. In third one is compare number of atoms of all elements both side. Okay, now should write first here. Okay, elements. Okay, here reactant side how many are there? Here product side how many are there? Here which elements we have? First one is iron. Okay, second one is hydrogen, and third one is oxygen. Reactant side how many irons are there? 1. How many product side how many are there? 2. Similarly, hydrogen is 2 are there here. Here how many are there? 2 are there. Here oxygen how many are there? Only 1. Here how many are there? 3 are there. This is the condition. We have to balance iron and we have to balance oxygen also. Okay, we will say how to balance now. So now first you should see the biggest formula. How many irons are there here? 2 irons are there. Here how many are there? Only 1. So I will make it as 2 Fe plus H2O gives rise to Fe2O3 plus hydrogen. Now iron is balanced. Now we have to balance oxygen. How many are there here? 3 are there, but this side how many are there? Only 1 is there. I want to make it this 3, this I will multiply this one by the 3 here. I can write as 2Fe plus 3H2O. Remember, 3 gives rise to Fe2O3 plus H2O. Now how many are there? Now what about hydrogen now? 3 into 2. Remember, I am not changing anything whatever present in the box. Yes, I am adding in the place of coefficient. Here how many hydrogens are there? 2 into 3 times. 2 3 is 6. I will add here 2 is there, I will add here 3. Now it is an 3. Now final equation is 2Fe plus 3H2O gives rise to Fe2O3 plus 3H2. How many irons are there here? 2 irons are there. Here how many are there? Here also 2 are there. How many hydrogens are there? 3 into this 3 means this multiply by whole. This 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6 are there. 3 into oxygen, 3 oxygen, 3 into oxygen, 3 oxygen. This is an balanced chemical equation. In this way we can balance. And one more condition I will say. Next example I will take. Suppose we have hydrocarbon say as C3H8 plus I have oxygen. Hydrocarbon always gives rise to carbon dioxide plus water. So we have to balance chemical equation. First thing we should keep the box here. I kept here box. Okay. Then I took a biggest formula. Here the biggest formula. Okay. Now suppose in chemical equation, if we got elementary form gas, if we got gases are there, gases will be there, it should be in a elementary form. Here is this is an element form now. If that is the case, in that condition we have to balance gaseous terms at last. Like if we got hydrogen gas, if we got nitrogen gas, if we got oxygen gas, if we got Cl2, if gases, elementary gases are there, balance at last. Okay, just I will say. Now take the things here. Okay, here how many carbons are there? 3 carbon. Here how many? Only 1 carbon is there. Which is the biggest formula here? This is the biggest formula. And I already said elementary form gaseous is there. This one I should balance at last. Then you will get easy form. Here how many carbons are there? 3 are there. Here how many are there? Only 1 is there. I will make it into 3. So 3 C3H8 plus O2 gives rise to 3 carbon dioxide plus H2. Now it is balanced. Now come to the hydrogen. How many hydrogens are there here? 8 are there. But here how many are there? Only 2 are there. I want to make it this term into 8. So 2 4s are 8. I will add here 4. Now hydrogen is also balanced. Come to the oxygen. This side how many are there? Oxygens are there here? 2 are there. Here how many are there? 3 are there. 3 hydrogens are there. Here 2 are there. Suppose remember, if you got odd number, sorry, here you should consider this equation right now. Why? Because we balance na already here. Here how many oxygens are there here? 2 are there. Here 3 into 2, 6 oxygens are there. 3 to the 6, 4 plus 4 oxygens. Total how many are there? 10 oxygens are there. This side how many are there? Only 2. Make it 10. 2 into 5 is equal to 10. In this way we have to balance. Okay. This is a condition. Suppose if you got odd number at any side while balancing, suppose if you got odd number, then you have to multiply all the equation by 2. I will say H6 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2. Now which is the biggest formula? This is 3 C3H6 plus O2 gives rise to 3 carbon dioxide plus H2. This is balancing of what we balanced here? Carbon. Second cases we have to balance hydrogen. How many are there here? How many are there here? 6 are there. Here how many are there? Only here you should consider this one. 6 here, only 2. Make it 3. Hydrogen into 3. Which side we are doing? Right side. So C3H6 plus O2 gives rise to 3CO2 plus 3 into H2O. Here 6 hydrogens, here 3 to the 6 hydrogens, both are balanced now. Okay, now come to the oxygen. How many oxygens are there here? 2 are there. Here how many are there? 3 2 is 6 plus 3 1 is 3, 9 are there. Here only 2. One side we got odd number now. Then this whole equation should multiply by 2. I said already, if you got odd number at any side while balancing, then multiply all the equation by 2. Then what we will get here? What we are going to get here? Multiply by is 2. So 2 into, better I will write here, C3H6 plus O2 gives rise to all the equation should be multiply by 2. I will add here 2, here also 2 into 2 means 2 into this will be 6, and here also it will be 6. Now count oxygen. I hope so except oxygen remaining is balanced. 2 into oxygen, how many are there? 2 into oxygen, 4 oxygens are there. Here 6 2 is 12 plus 6 1 is 6 is equal to 18. This side is 18 is there. Here how many are there here? 2. I want to make it as 18. So I will multiply by 9. So what I will get? 2 C3H6 plus 9 O2 gives rise to 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 H2O. This way we have to balance equation. Now balance, now verify once again. 2 into 3, verify now. Carbons, how many are the carbons? Hydrogen, oxygen. So 2 into 3 is equal to reactant side less than product side. How many are there? 2 into 3, 6 are there. Here how many are there? 6 are there. 6 carbon balanced. Hydrogen how many are there? 2 into 6 is equal to how many? 2 into 6, 12. 12 are there here. 6 into 2 is equal to 12. Come to the oxygen. 9 into 2, 9 2 is 18. Here 6 2 is 12. 6 1 is 6 is equal to 18. So now it is balanced. In this way we have to balance the chemical equation. Condition is elementary gases are there, try to balance at last. While balancing, if you got odd number at any side, in that condition please balance the whole equation by 2. Whole equation by 2. You should remember, while balancing we have to change the number only in the place of coefficient. These all are there, this we are going to call coefficient place. This is about the balancing equation. Now suppose we balance the chemical equation. We balance the chemical equation. Does it gives complete information regarding about chemical change? My question is, if you balance the equation completely, you got balanced equation, it's obeying law of conservation of mass. Does it gives all information regarding about chemical change? No, it won't change. It won't give correct information. To make further informative of a chemical equation, we have to modernize. Modernize means nothing but we have to add some more points in a chemical equation. Okay. So example, suppose we have what you call double decomposition reaction, PbNO3 taken twice plus potassium iodide gives rise to what you call potassium nitrite plus PbI2. Balance this equation. Let how many are there? 1 is there, here 2, here 2. I think it's balanced now. Okay, 1 lead, 2 nitrites are there, 2 into nitrate, 2 nitrates, 2 potassium, 2 are there, iodine 2 iodine are there. Now it is balanced. Only this balanced equation. Remember, this is unbalanced one. Balanced equation. also called as stoichiometric chemical equation. It won't give about physical states means which state we taken. Reactants are there, they reacted in a gaseous form or liquid form or solid form. Second point, it won't explain about change in the temperature. It won't explain about the evolution of gas. It won't explain the about formation of insoluble substance. Balanced equation does not explain about these all points. So how we can express these all points in the chemical equation? We have to modernize. Chemical equation. Suppose PbNO3 is there. Which state we are taking in a reaction? We are taking in terms of aqueous form, in the form of solution. Then we have to represent AQ as a aqueous state, means in the form of water we taking in this one. Similarly, this one also we are taking in terms of water only. Aqueous form of potassium iodide. This one is going to form again in the form of solution only. This one is going to form in the form of insoluble substance, means solid substance. So in this way we have to modernize this equation. Now it can express about the physical state of reactant as well as product. What about the change, temperature? If any change is going to occur, we have to express in terms of temperature, delta H, change in the enthalpy. We can express here. Suppose this reaction is going to take place in some say as 90 degrees Celsius. We have to express about the temperature also. If this reaction is going to occur at 90 degrees, just I am saying example, then we have to express about temperature also. Above the arrow mark we can mention. Evolution of gas. Suppose if you take an example, acetic acid vinegar CH3 COOH plus NaHCO3 sodium bicarbonate, they are going to form CH3 COO Na sodium acetate plus carbon dioxide plus H2. If it is a gas, then we have to keep an upward arrow mark. This upward arrow mark indicate the evolution of gas, especially effervescence, bubbling formation is going to take place here. Similarly, in this reaction, insoluble substance, here lead iodide is there, it is an insoluble substance, then we have to use the downward arrow mark. And we should mention about color also. In last class I didn't explain about the color of lead iodide. It will be yellow color. Yellow PPT is going to form. You should remember, you should express in that way also. By modernizing this equation, we are making chemical equation much more informative, much more meaningful. This is about the chemical equation, how to balance equation. Okay. Why we have to modernize chemical equation means it does not give the much more importance, much more information about the chemical change. To make it further much more informative, we have to balance and we have to mention their physical states, change in the temperature above the arrow mark. Even if suppose a reaction is going to occur at the particular pressure, we can press here also we can represent pressure, 400 atmospheric pressure or as 4 bar, like this also. Okay, this is about the modernization of chemical equation. I hope so by this we are going to complete the first lesson, chemical equation and chemical reactions of 10th class NCERT CBSE chemistry. Okay, and we are again in next video I am going to make regarding about second chapter, that is acids, bases and salts. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.